got something sorted, but still problems, still teething problems, people. Let's pop me chat out and see if we're live then. Dave's in, Dave Tipton. How are you, Dave? Just seen him pop up there, whether he's going to stay with us. I haven't quite read the chat yet, so let's just get the chat up on screen. Off to bed. No worries, David. Cheers for popping in, mate. Who else we got in then? Tom and Susie. Make sure we got audio first, though. Can anybody see me? That is the question. Can anybody see me? And if you can you hear me? And which mic am I on? I'm on this one. Oh, I am. I am on this mic. Wow. That's a surprise. Either there's a massive lag. Oh, thank you, Joe. Yay. Excellent. You walked past a car boot sale this morning. You were offered a potty, but you had already been. Perhaps they were saying you are potty, Bob. Oh, dear. Right, okay. So, lastminute.com issues as per usual, but I think we are good. I think we're good. Windows done some sort of update yesterday, or no, day before yesterday, and things are not how they are. I've had to reboot and reload programs and all sorts. For some reason my internet wasn't connected, but it appears to be okay now. So those of you that joined me a week before last on, I think it was either Wednesday or Thursday, or might have even been Friday actually. It's probably, no, because it was my week off. It might have been Wednesday or Thursday, but basically I've reloaded everything on this thing. I've lost loads of stuff. I've lost software, I've lost my files, some of my files, but you know, basically I've reinstalled Windows, and it's rebuilt Windows and repaired any issues, and let's hope, touch wood, that we can keep it going. But it's done something with my main camera. I'm not really sure what, but I can still connect, but not how I used to. I say that, yes I can. So my audio's routed through that camera, which it wasn't about 10 minutes ago. I didn't even have the main camera 10 minutes ago. I dug the Yeti back out again, thinking that was going to be back to square one, but luckily, lastminute.com. Is it me or is it a bit choppy? I'm doing 20 frames a second. Not great, but you know, we've had worse. So let's see who's in then. Who have we got? We have got Tim's in, Martin, Joe, that's already sent a job, and Rob straight in with a super chat. Thank you, Rob. Chris is in. Hi, Chris. Tom and Susie, Nick Petronics, David Tagg, Bob Anderson. Yeah, so we got, no, I don't want that. Derek Cooper's in. Hi, Derek. Who else have we got? Dave Tipton was in and out, shaking it all about, and he's gone bed. Oh, hello, done a bit of a jump situation there. Let's keep going. Bob's had been offered a nice potty at the car boot. Well, I don't know why they thought you needed a potty, Bob. Occasionally faintly choppy, yeah. Rob, how you doing, mate? That's why I bought you that docking for backing up your files. Yeah. I don't want to take the hard drive out though, Rob. Gavin, how you doing, mate? So yeah, it's a bit lastminute.com. Once again, I've got half my lunch here, but I'll stick that. I've only got me apple and me jelly left. So I'm sure I'll survive without that. Oh. Yeah, here's a little bit choppy, the frame rate, but then that's down to the setup. I can adjust that next time. Let's not mess with it for now. Do a quick camera check then, and I will need to switch audio on each camera press. I think there is a way of making it default, but I haven't sussed it yet. Okay, well, that still got audio there now. Okay, that's good. So that's the webcam on the bench. This is the main cam. Okay, I'm not sure if the webcam went off then as I switched. Let's just try that again. Yeah, okay, so the audio does go off when I switch the webcam. That's okay though. Can I do picture in picture? Can I do picture in picture? Yes, I can there. And there. Yeah, I can. Okay, right. Desktop capture is going to be a little bit fun because my Stream Deck's not working. For some reason, I deleted, when I rebuilt everything, it deleted my Stream Deck profile. So basically I've got to reprogram the whole Stream Deck for every single window and video that I've got here. I suspect I can speed it up a little bit by closing down some of the options here, making it a smaller stream. I don't think I'm going to need the webcam today, so we can close that one down. Not webcam, microscope, but we might do. We can add it back in if needed, though, can't we? And we're not going to need the webcam Brio, I don't think so today. Hello. I don't know why we got that one. See, it's not all good. It's froze now. Afternoon, Jess. I don't know if you can see me up the top here, but everything else is frozen. Close my Logitech and everything's frozen. That's a bit strange, isn't it? Maybe shouldn't have touched that. Can you see me up in the top corner here? And it looks like I've somehow got a banner there. I don't know if you can see or hear me. Hang on. No, it's just right. Okay, cool. That was a massive lag there. That was a huge lag. Wow. Not sure what happened there. Mr. Laser saying, afternoon, how are you? And hi to Jess. Capture card's working. Well, this is one. The main camera's the other capture card. I did used to run with 3 and it seemed to work fine, but that was in the olden days. Right, let me go and get the stash from last week's car boot sale. So I didn't do a stream last week because we were going to actually do a car boot sale, but we ran out of time. We were doing loads of stuff in the house last weekend, and we ran out of time to get everything ready to do the boot sale on the Sunday. So we actually just went to the boot sale and had a mooch around for a couple of 3 hours. And I'm trying to think what lovely lunch I treated Mrs. Cruncher to. I think it was something, a salad from Lidl's, sat in the car. I do spoil it, don't I? Right, let me go and get the bag of goodies. I'll stick you on the main camera. No, where's it gone? Okay, things are not working properly again. Right, okay. Strange. Let me just go and get you the bag of goodies. It should stay with the audio because for some reason it seems to be liking the audio today. Now giving it a damn good kick in. Let's go and get me bag. I spent the whole day and night yesterday putting new flooring down in the kitchen. I must say my lad came over and done it. Mainly I helped, but it's a bit beyond me these days, and my poor old bones and my back and all the other issues. But he's done an amazing job. It looks fantastic. So thank you, Chris. We actually took up the old laminate, and there'd been, it looks like a long time ago, there'd been a big water leak. So instead of ripping the laminate up and sorting it, they just left it and hoped for the best. Of course, when we gone to pull it all up to put fresh laminate down, it's the whole of the floor was a black squidgy mess. All the chipboard had been impregnated with the water, and it gone stale and mouldy. It was a right mess. So we've actually, it wasn't just a case of putting new laminate down, we had to rip the whole floor up, which was some task, I can tell you. Chris didn't actually leave here, I think, till I think it was 9:30 last night he left. Got here at 8 o'clock in the morning. And he had an hour and a half drive each way as well. So 3 hours driving on top of that. He must be absolutely knackered today. But I know I am. And I was just the labourer. Right, how are we doing? We've got Sandra in. Hi Sandra, how are you? Wet and windy Scotland. Oh, you've had it quite nice up there, have you? We have had some nice weather recently. So let's have a look. I'll look at the media first, and then we'll look at the radio thing right at the last. It's all related. So the first item was this. So I said to the bloke on the stall, how much for the cassette case? Because I've got some of these. These are really good. They're nice and padded. They fit quite a few cassettes. They're really easy to stack and stick in a drawer. How much is the cassette box? He said, well, he says it's actually full of cassettes. I said, oh, all right then. I thought, oh, he's going to want silly money for it now. And he said, oh, you can have it for £3. So I would have bought just the case for a £5, let alone full of cassettes. So let's have a look and see what's in here. It says Case Logic, and it's like a fabric, like a nylon-y fabric material. Little carry handle on the side. You can't quite see that. You're going to carry that round, swinging it around, are you really? It's not tiny. It's not like Walkman size. So you've probably seen the picture of this already on the thing. But as I say, I didn't buy it for any of the cassettes, and I haven't looked at this yet. I thought I'd keep it for this week and we'll go for it together. I haven't looked at any of these. The only one I think I did spot when I looked at it was Eurythmics and Annie Lennox. And strangely enough, I'd already bought a Eurythmics tape before I picked this box up. I hope I haven't got a double. Let's have a look. No, I haven't. That's my favourite tape of all time now. Okay, so anybody see anything they like there so far? £3, Gavin, yeah, £3 for all of this lot and the case. I know, crazy. Crazy stuff. I'm just looking now. Yellow as well. Greatest Hits Volume 2. What were their second lot of hits? Yellow. I'll recognise some of them. but not their sort of more well-known ones. Rainbow. Oh, Rainbow's empty. Long live rock and roll. Rainbow is not, unless that's it there. No, Bon Jovi. Got some busted one here. Queen Rocks. An Eva Cassidy Songbird. So a couple good albums on there. Not Rewound, which is a pet hate of mine. Might stick that one in my other deck and just rewind that and fast forward it a few times. Been listening to a box set of 60s recently on this. So it's basically everything from the start to the end of the 60s, a Reader's Digest thing. Right, so that was the first one, and that was on a BBC FX 90, if that means anything to anybody. A nicely busted tape case. Yeah. It's not really repairable. Whether that tape's any good or not is probably not. So more stuff. Well, this one's in a generic TDK FE case, but it's actually not a TDK FE. Again, it's not been rewound. So various artists in the air tonight. Virgin's greatest hits. See inlay for detail. So this is side 1 and 2. We've also got in another TDK case ferric. These ferric ones aren't bad actually. I've got a few recordings on these. They've come out all right. That one is actually rewound. Well, it makes a change, doesn't it? You can see that that one's not rewound. Ernest, how you doing, mate? You're in Pompeii, or Pompey, is that down Southampton way, isn't it? I'll catch you soon, Tom and Susie. Hits of the 60s, AC/DC, is it AC/DC in there as well? We've got Tubular Bells, oh yeah. Back in Black. Bonnie and Meatloaf, Heaven and Hell. I've not heard of that one before. So, yeah, I do like some of these compilation albums because you can just stick them on and, you know, you're not listening to just one artist. You can just put them on and have them playing in the background and you get a good variety. So I like a good compilation album. So we've got the 1812, look, Tchaikovsky. Philips Concert Classics. Chrome dioxide as well. Ooh, that one will probably sound pretty good. Not that I'm into classical music. Slavonic March. Slowisher March. Francesca de Rimini, Caprico Italien, the Concertgebouw Orchestra from Amsterdam. Interesting, but it is a chrome dioxide tape, so in theory should sound pretty good, that one, especially the 1812. ELO, nice price. Nice price, look. Da Vinci 10, how you doing, mate? Southampton, wash your mouth out. Sorry about that, Ernest. Play it from the main saw battery. So yeah, ELO's Greatest Hits 2, Greatest Hits Collection. I'm going to need to get volume 1 now, aren't I? So this has got Rock and Roll is King, Hold On Tight, All Over the World, Wide West Hero, Diary of Horace Wimp, Shine a Little Love, Confusion, Ticket to the Moon, Don't Bring Me Down, sort of rings a bell, I'm Alive, Last Train to London, Don't Walk Away, Here's the News, Cool in America, Twilight, and Secret Messages. It's even got like the shop stick-on label there with their code, pre-Wharfs or something like that. Dolby B, and it is actually, it is the correct one. I didn't check that, did I? It is definitely ELO. Nice. I'll tell you what is missing from this. There's like a plastic insert in these. That's missing. That's fine. As long as you've got a full set of tapes in here, it'll still hold up. Let's pop that one out. Queen. Let's just rewind that one. Fast forward it a couple times. So Rainbow, sadly, is not in there. Now, who is Rainbow? Long Live Rock and Roll. Lady of the Lake. Any Rainbow fans in the house? Where's Anthony when you need him? Don't Bring Me Down, Down, Down. Yeah, I think I recognise that. Yeah, I might have to. I mean, what you can do is I can probably download the album from Amazon Music and get it onto a cassette and make one, if you know what I mean. Bonnie and Meatloaf, that looks a bit grubby, doesn't it? Where's my thing? Bonnie and Meatloaf on Telstar. Remember Telstar? Telstar Records. So, Bonnie and Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell, Holding Out for a Hero, Dead Ringer, Total Eclipse of the Heart, Modern Girl, Faster Than the Speed of Night. So is it one from each of them, or are they doing duets? What's going on with that? It's rewound. Just fast forward that one. Yeah, let's have a little look at the card on that. So I know Meatloaf did do some duets, didn't he? Yeah, doesn't say. So some of it's Meatloaf, some of it's Bonnie Tyler, but is it the duets, or is it a song from each of them? I think it's a song from each of them. It's pretty grubby. It's been in and out of a cassette player a few times. I can see that. I can see the wear marks where it's been in and out. Okay, interesting. So there's the one Nick spotted, AC/DC. It's got an exclamation mark on that. I don't know what that means. Back in Black. Ooh. This one looks it is the right one, but look at the, I don't know if you can see the state of the tape inside that. That needs the old Bic pen treatment, doesn't it? We've got Bic pen up here, I haven't, have I? Yeah, that one's got a bit of mould on that, I think. Is it? Oh no, it's kind of nasty. Yeah, it's almost like it's got a kink in it. Just give it a little bit of pressure and try and pull it back past that little kinky bit. Yeah, there's something on the tape there. That's something we can blow off. Yep, gone. Bit more muck on it there. Don't want that inside our... I don't know whether that is mould or someone's lunch. A little bit of a kink on the tape there. Something else, I don't know if you can see this or not, but I think that's a little bit of mould, to be fair. It does come off when I blast it with air, mind you. More kinkage. And a bit of something. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's been chewed as well, that one. Yeah, unfortunately, Nick, I don't think that one's going to be so great. There's lots of kinks. I don't know if you can see that or not, but yeah, that's seen better days. It might be okay if I fast forward it and rewind it a few times. It's not, the heads aren't coming into contact with it, so it might buzz off some of the mould. There's our virgin one. We might try some of these out in a minute. I know I'll get towed off for it, but you know, well, I won't get towed off, but I just won't be monetized, will I? Sweet Dreams Eurythmics. I had this cassette back in the 80s. Very nice tape. Love is a Stranger. Sweet Dreams. Yeah, some good stuff in there. Hopefully this one's okay. Yeah, that one looks all right. Yeah, that's a good tape, that one. And Annie Lennox, so not Eurythmics now, but Annie Lennox Diva. This looks newer. Walking on Broken Glass, yeah, good one. Little Bird, Primitive. Some good stuff on that one. BMG, so that's a later one, that is. Got a bit of a kinky tape there as well. Getting dive bombed by flies again now. I was going to need a few goes forward and back, but that one looks okay. As I say, these are sort of bonus tapes really, because I only wanted the case. So it says here, Dirty Dancing soundtrack. Just written on the back label. Dirty Dancing soundtrack, but when I open it up, it is actually a really grubby case, but it is the does appear to be the soundtrack to Dirty Dancing. Again, very slack tape again. So that's that one. Fast forward and reversed a few times. AC/DC, let's do the same to this one. So another classic, I think this is Tubular Bells 2 actually. So I thought this was Tubular Bells, but it's not, it's Tubular Bells 2. Tubular Bells 2. So my brother's very heavily into Mike Oldfield, so he may well want to listen to that one. Cannot rewound fully, nearly. Yeah, a bit of damage to the tape. That one's been eaten by someone's car stereo, I suspect. Yeah, that one's been chewed up a bit by the car stereo. Oh well. Right, what have we got here? Michael Bolton. Any Michael Bolton fans out there? Look, Soul Provider. And this is on a Maxell UDS 90. UDI S90. I've seen one of those before. It's quite a nice looking tape, isn't it? TDK did make some really nice tapes back in the day. Oh, Maxell, not TDK. What are you cracking up, Graham? UDI S90. Not seen one of those. It's got the original inserts in it as well, by the looks of it. The original Gumph and that comes with it. So these have got head cleaning leaders in these. So it basically gives your head a little bit of a clean before it starts. Good idea, really. Queuing marks on them, yeah. Well made tapes. Michael Bolton, again, not rewound. It's quite a dark tape though. Yeah, quite a dark tape. See, my stream light keeps flicking for some reason. What else have we got then? I've got another one of those UDI S90s. Bon Jovi, Slippery When Wet, and Simon & Garfunkel's Greatest Hits. Some foxing on the paper by the looks of it. Rewound that one though, which is good. Memories. I remember these tapes. These are a bit colourful back in the day. Yuck. So this is someone's mixtape here. Various mix, look. And blank on that side. So side A has got someone's mixtape on it. We might play that one. We might play that one. Needs rewinding. Mixed heavy rock and mixed general. Mixed heavy rock. Heavy rock, eh? Oh, here we go. Heavy rock. Dr. Feelgood, Milk and Alcohol. Would you say that's heavy rock? Iron Maiden, Women in Uniform, Roger Daltrey, Free Me, AC/DC, Touch Too Much, and House Bells. White Snake, yeah. Black Sabbath, I suppose. Paranoid. Ha. Iron Maiden, Running Free and Run to the Hills. White Snake. Meatloaf. It's not heavy rock, really, is it? Belinda Carlisle on side B. Bette Midler. Paul Simon. Aha. Donna Summer. Milli Vanilli. Shakespeare's Sister. Marquita. Cher. Black Box. And Sam Brown. Some good songs on there. Again, we might be upsetting YouTube later, but you know, they love it. Oh, we've got Hits of the 60s, Volume 1 and 3. Look. No Volume 2. That's a shame. 25 hits of the 60s. 1 and 2. Both in there. Yeah. Drifters, Chiffons, Chubby Checker, Surfing Safari, the Beach Boys, like Fats Domino. More Chubby Checker, the Crystals, Shangri-Las, Bobby V. God, I'd say I remember these, but I mean, I was born in the 60s. I don't really remember the 60s as such, but I can remember the music. Build Me Up Buttercup. Drifters, Gladys Knight, The Angels, Del Shannon. Yeah, some good stuff on that. Beach Boys. Bobby V again. More Shangri-Las. Chuck Berry. Jan and Dean? Not sure who Jan and Dean are. The Diamonds. Herman's Hermits. Yeah, some good stuff on there. And what's this last one? It says classical on that side. That's a bit... So on this side we've got Clash, Beat Selector, Two Tone, etc. On the other side we got classical. So whoever's these were had a pretty varied musical taste, didn't they? Interesting. Okay. So sadly no Rainbow. Queen we got in a busted case. And we've got the one that I've just rewound, which was Dirty Dancing. Mrs. Cruncher's a big fan of the old Dirty Dancing movie, so I'm sure she'll like that. Let's put that one in there and that one down there. So there we are. Any favourites from that lot then? I think for me, probably the Eurythmics Sweet Dreams is my favourite out of that lot so far. Get rid of that. The cloth ain't dry anymore. Let's just catch up with the chat. Catch up with the chat. Of course, Portsmouth is Pompey, isn't it? Of course it is, Portsmouth. That's what you told me off, Ernest. You used empties to fill in the spots, Da Vinci. Rich Blackmore. He's in. Tony's in. You're not a rock and roll fan. Bonnie and Meatloaf. Yeah, Bonnie Tyler and Meatloaf. It is strange. Be kind, please rewind. Worth £3 just for the ELO, Ernest. You like a bit of ELO, do you? Tyler, not rate. Motor Racers on telly, is it, Tony? Good. Don, how you doing, mate? She was lost in France, but she stayed there. Oh dear. Good. You had a book for some VHS tapes that went mouldy, but still worked. They do work. The problem you got is they gum up your head pretty sharpish. I had bought 3 boxes of old VHS tapes a while back from an auction, and didn't realise they were mouldy till all of a sudden it started going all snowy on screen. I couldn't watch anything. I thought, what's going on with this? And pulled the tape out, and it's sure enough full of mould. Flashing back to your youth and the Kinks, Bob. Yeah. You always tried not to buy pre-recorded. You were better off doing your own tapes, Anthony, weren't you, really, with a decent deck and decent quality tapes. But some of the pre-recorded stuff was good. Stuff that was recorded on chrome dioxide was always pretty good. Ben's in. How you doing, Ben? Yeah, David loves a bit of Annie Lennox. Yeah, she is good. Very good. Dirty Dancing. Favourite time in the Gulf, Bob? Picked up a load of ripped off cassettes. Yeah, that's good point, Tim. I think a lot of us did that. When CDs came out, you could never mixtape CD, could you? So you used to have to tape from your CDs to back to cassette, and then you had your mixtape till obviously CDR came out. But yeah, metal, yeah, feel good, not heavy rock. Paul Simon, heavy rock. Yeah, I know. Rainbow are excellent. I never heard of. Well, have I heard of Rainbow? Annie and Stuart for you as well. Anthony, yeah, Eurythmics were very good. He lived in Hastings. Mods and Rockers, yeah. Afternoon Dids. No, there's absolutely no alcohol in the house whatsoever. It's shocking, I know, but there's none. The house is dry. Those recordings on Chrome were almost double the price, but buying the album using a blank cassette was still cheaper. It would have been, Anthony, yeah. Okay, so that's the first lot of cassettes. Now this is actually the second lot of cassettes I bought, because there was a guy that had a whole stall of cassettes, and well, no, a woman that was selling loads and loads of audio stuff from her husband, who wasn't very well apparently. So I thought, well, I'll go through and I'll buy some. And she said these were £1 each. £1 each for these tapes. And she said, but if you have more than one, obviously I'll do you a deal. But I went through and I couldn't really find anything that I actually liked, really, apart from these couple. So this is the first one. Again, Eurythmics. This one is chrome dioxide. Look, so it's got the little C on the bottom. Thanks, Rob. I'm hoping that Asda are going to arrive later with a bit of alcohol for me, because it is bank holiday tomorrow, so you know it's only fair that I can have a drink. Normally I can't drink on a Sunday because I got work on the Monday. So yeah, this is just titled Eurythmics, but on the back it's got Be Yourself Tonight, and as I say, you got the little C, which is chrome dioxide. And sure enough, it is the right tape. It has got chrome dioxide, and someone hasn't rewound it again. It's annoying, isn't it? So this has got a full-on pull-out thing, this has. This goes on and on. Look at all this lot. They squeeze all that into a cassette case, look. I'm never going to get that back in again, am I? So it's got all the lyrics there for every song, so I can sing along to these for you. Would I Lie to You? There Must Be an Angel, that's a good song. I Love You Like a Ball and Chain. Oh, don't bring back any memories, that one. Sisters Are Doing It For Themselves, I remember that. Duet with Aretha Franklin. Okay, that'll be quite good. I sort of remember that one. Conditioned Soul and more. Adrian. It's Alright. Baby's Coming Back. Yeah, good song. Here Comes That Sinking Feeling. Better to have lost in love than never to have loved at all. Eurythmics fan club address on there as well. Look. 1985, that one. So 1985 would have probably been when cassettes were dying off, really. Case Logic goes 15 US on eBay. Yeah. Just sell the tape. Those with no spindle locks mean the tapes go slack. Oh, I see what you mean. The spindle locks, as in these bits, Tony. That's a good point, actually. I'd never thought of that. So the next one is one that I think I've still got it on CD, and I bought it on CD back in, I would say, the mid 80s, mid 80ish. I don't know what the date on this one is, but it's actually Shakademus and Pliers. Tease Me. Now that's a cracking. So many good tracks on this. But actually, now this is interesting. I've gone and bought this, thinking it was the album, but it's not. It's a cassette single. Well, even rarer. You don't see many cassette singles about these days. So it's got Tease Me and A Friday Evening on that side. Well, and that side. So it must be Tease Me on one side and Friday Evening on the other. Oh, 1993, so this must have been a re-release, wasn't it? Just trying to think. I'm sure I had this earlier than that. So Tease Me Radio edit and Friday Evening. Yeah, cassette single. Wow. That one also is not rewound. Before you were born, Rob. Saw your first CD player in '85. Good one, Ben. Yeah, see, I was at college I started my college as an apprentice in 1981. Got my first car in 1982, I think late 82. Yeah, it would have been late 82, early 83. And certainly I had cassette players in that one because I can remember changing it. I think I had put a sharp cassette player in it. And they're quite valuable these days. It's nostalgia again, isn't it? Just fast forward and rewind that one a bit. Let's put that one back in its case my 68 and 69. That's what I've been listening to this week. All of these. I'm on the very last one, and then there's a Beach Boys one to finish it off, and I got those at a boot sale as well. I did go through those at the time with you. So yeah, that was my two purchases that I just bought, and I think I got them both for £1.50. So two tapes for £1.50. And there's another stall selling tapes that weren't that great for £3 each. So, and then there was someone selling blank tapes, new ones. I think they were URs, which you can still buy on Amazon. And he was selling them. He wanted, I think, £3 or £4 each per tape. I was like, what? Okay, thank you, but no. He might have even wanted a £5 a tape. I'm not sure, but they were way too expensive. He's never going to sell those. So yeah, there we are. So that was my two purchases. And the only other thing I got was a couple PlayStation games. Now, somewhere I've got 3 PlayStation 3s. I've got my own one, and I've got 2 that I bought from the auctions. Now, the work, I've got like a staff room, and they wanted a console for the staff room. So I said, well, I've got a PlayStation 3. I said, don't use it, you can have it. I'll bring it in, you can have it. I said, but I don't think I've got a controller. Anyway, went up in the loft, found one quickly, went in, plugged it in, didn't work. So obviously I bought a duffer from the auctions. So I thought, well, I'm not really into console repair, so I'm not going to mess with that. But I've got no controller, so if anyone's got a PS3 controller they don't want, then let me know. But I picked up a couple PlayStation 3 games, and again, these were £1 each. So the first one was Call of Duty. So this is like a warfare game. Anybody that's into gaming, I think Aaron loves a bit of game. I don't know if Aaron's in today actually. But yeah, the Call of Duty games are very well made, very authentic. A lot of them. This one, Ghosts. I've not had this one before. I've got World War II, and I've got another one, but yeah, not sure what this is. This is more of a futuristic one, I think. So I haven't got that one. So I bought that for work, really. Call of Duty Ghosts. It's all there with the infill. So say I do like a bit of gaming when I ever get the chance. And the other one, which I've not played one of these before, but I have seen people playing it. It looks really good, which is Assassin's Creed. Now they've done loads of these, same as they've done loads of the Call of Duty ones. But this is Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. So yeah, really good these are. Great graphics and that. As I say, this is for the PS3, so it's not sort of PS4, PS5, but you know, they're really good games. Both Blu-ray discs as well. So that was the other 2 bits. Mal, how are you doing, mate? Thank you very much, and thank you, Rob. You used to play Call of Duty. Yeah. Thank you, Mal. Let's have a catch up with the chat then. Les is in. Hi Les, how are you? Jeer's in. No worries, mate. Your first record was Venus in Blue Jeans. I can't remember the first record I actually bought, you know. Trying to think what the first actual record I bought. I can remember buying Art Garfunkel Bright Eyes. I can remember buying that. That was blowing the camera out a little bit. I can remember buying Bright Eyes back in the day when that when the Watership Down came out. That was #1. I can remember buying ABBA Chiquitita, or Chicken Tikka as some call it. But that's about all I can remember, like early days records. I usually used to get cassettes for Christmas. I can remember having an Elvis cassette one year of his live performances. That would have been back when I was about 15, 16, I think. A few years ago. You got 4 chrome cassettes for free. Woohoo! Happy days this year. Blank new tapes are very expensive. You just got a rare TK metal, £27. I know. Decent metal tapes are expensive, but these were just normal Maxell URs, and I've got loads of those. Les even dropped some around. I've still got some of Les's Maxell URs here somewhere, brand new. Yeah, there's one there, look. There's one there. So yeah, this is what that guy was selling, and I think he wanted a £5 each for them. Brand new, sealed, like this one is. Yeah, I think he wanted a £5 each for them. I mean, I've got lots. I've got too many. I've got too many blank tapes, really. I just thought I'd see what he wanted for them. Up to your neck in muck and bullets, did you? Were there, were you? Court King Crimson's in the Court of the Crimson King. First record was Deep Purple Machine Head. I remember buying Bat Out of Hell on cassette, but that would have been, I mean, I'm going into the 80s now. Newer. Miles Davis. Nice. First 7-inch Albatross Fleetwood Mac. Oh, classic. Love a bit of Fleetwood Mac, Ernest. Do like Fleetwood Mac very, very much. Sergeant Pepper's. Yeah, another great but strange album, that. That's when they went a bit weird, wasn't it, the Beatles? Loads of yours. Yeah, they're brand new. They're easily attainable. I don't know. They must have done a massive run of them before they finished. Yours was George Carlin. Take Offs and Put-Ons. Oh, he's a comedian. To be fair, I used to buy a lot of the comedian tapes. I used to buy Billy Connolly. What's he called? Jim Davidson was one of my favourites. Used to like Jim Davidson. His tapes are always really funny. Can you buy blank tapes off me? You could if you wanted to, Rob. I didn't say I want to get rid of them. I just said I've got enough now. So yeah, there we are. That's my cassette and game stash. I have got some more PS3 games downstairs, but I can't get it at the moment because there's loads of stuff in the way. So let's get on to the what we call the main event, although for some of you that like music, probably that was the main event. But this was caught my eye. Now, not a clue about this. I don't know if it works. I paid a £5 for this. I thought it was a radio cassette, but it is actually just a cassette player. It says, made in the United Kingdom. Grundig. Okay. Interesting. Now, I thought this was I wondered how that came open. So you go to cassette and it pops open. Now, this is looking a bit rusty, actually. So this is going to be interesting. What is it then? It is a C200 Deluxe. It's really grubby. It's clearly been in a shed or a loft for some time. Has it got a battery compartment? Does it take batteries? It feels really heavy. 7.5 volts power supply. Is there a battery compartment on it? So there's like a little connector there, so I assume there was probably a car kit or something that you could slot this into a car and have as a car stereo. Sort of in that orientation maybe. So I suspect there was a car kit with this. Oh, hang on, there's some buttons here. What happens when we push those down? Was that something to do with the car kit again? Yeah, that must be something to do with the car kit. So yeah, I would assume this had a dock then. I'd say I've not looked this up on the internet or anything yet, so I don't even know how we're going to power this up because I haven't got a plug that looks anything like that. What a strange radio, or not radio, what a strange cassette player. Yeah, very weird. It's got a speaker just in here. You can just about see a speaker. You can see that. No, the camera's not really showing it up, is it? Oh yeah, there you can see it. There you go. So there is a speaker in there, an oval speaker. Let's have a look at the heads. Would it come down? Yeah, that's going to need a clean before we try putting anything in it. So there's some little springs in behind the take-up spools here, and they're pretty rusty. So this has been stored damp, unfortunately. I do like that though. That's a proper pop-out job, isn't it? Someone in the States has a new in-box one for over $1,000. Whoa! So what have we got on the top? We've got record. I suppose you've got to be in play to push the record, and you've probably got to have a thing in. You've got stop. Don't know how you get to fast forward, because once you go there, pause, start, it won't go round to there. So that says stop there, but I mean, to me that's sort of like reverse and that's fast forward, but you can't get to that position. Let's give it a bit of a wipe over a minute because it's really grubby. It'll be a miracle if this works. It will literally be a miracle if this works. Actually, underneath the grime, it's actually not looking too bad. Do that carefully so we don't scratch it. So it looks like we've got volume and tone. Ooh, that's a bit grubby. What I do like to find is cassette players with cassettes in them. Always intrigues me what people have been listening to in them, you know. Get rid of this crud. So say, for a £5, it's worth a play, isn't it? It's worth pulling up for us to have a look at. That's what I thought anyway. It's worth having a little play with. It is filthy though. Right, that's a bit healthier. A little bit healthier anyway. Yeah, it was a little bit grubby, wasn't it? Still is, but right, I wonder if there's any info out there on it. Davina Duckworth. Hey, welcome back, Martin. This deluxe version. So Davina's found some plastics melt because of the rubberized. Does everyone digitize their cassette recordings? Any Cure or Kiss tapes? No, but there was some like rock stuff in there, Martin, but no Cure or Kiss that I could see. There's plenty of other stuff that might interest you. But no, someone's not going to worry too much about cleaning this up. They're only going to sell it for £5. So my gain. I don't mind cleaning stuff, as you can see. Yeah, that was going to clean up all right, actually. I've just done a few rows there, look, just to see. Look at the state of this, look. Oh, God. It was a bit mucky, wasn't it? Should come up all right, this one. A little bit of elbow grease. Oh, hang on. Oh, how about that? That's how that works. So you slide it. That's nifty, isn't it? That's the deluxe bit, I bet, isn't it? So you slide it for forward and reverse. Liking it. James, how are you, mate? Problem is people to service it these days, Davina, isn't it? I mean, you're quite right. Some of the Nakamichis are amazing. Right. Can we find any info on this? There doesn't appear to be a battery compartment in it, Rob. Thank you for the super chat, mate. Yeah. I can't see a battery compartment. Not to say there isn't, but yeah, not a clue. I don't know, it comes out the case or anything. Let's see if there's any info on it on the internet then. Being it is a deluxe, there must be something out there. Hey, how you doing, Rich? Bristol Royal Infirmary? Oh, it's hey, Rich. What are you like? Hope you're all right, mate. I didn't realise you were in there. Aaron back in? Hey, how you doing, Aaron? We were just looking at some PlayStation games, Aaron. You missed those, look. It's on Radio Museum, is it? Rolf's in. Hi, Rolf. Let's have a look, see then. So Grundig C200. Oh, there is some videos of it as well. 1960s apparently. 1968, 69. Well, there's a few videos on it. Let me see if I can do some screen sharing. This is going to be a bit of a pain, but again. Otherwise, you'll all be logging in as Radiocruncher. Lime and soda today, look. How about that? So it is a Grundig. You can come back on my screen now. Who knows? But we've got some info. So we've not got a service manual, but some info. Maybe the other one's got some service manual stuff on. Let's catch up with the chat then in a minute. Oh, did we lose? We lost the audio. I forgot to push the button, didn't I? Oh, well, at least you had a look through this stuff anyway. Yeah, apologies for the lack of sound. It's basically because I switched over to a different input. Didn't hear a word of my surfing safari. Well, end of the day, I landed on Radio Museum. They had it all. So it's Electrotania as a service manual. Let me see if I can grab that one in a minute. Let me see if I can grab that one. Electrotania. I can download it a lot quicker if I sign in, but tractors, he wants these. So download 10 files a day. Yeah, it does look like we got the full manual on this. That's good. Right, okay, download. Cool, that was a quick download. That was hellish quick. It's 1.1 megabytes. Well, I'll tell you what, for 1.1 megabytes, that's pretty damn good. Okay, so deluxe and the automatic, so this manual covers both. Let's just fire you back across onto my screen. And let's enable the audio this time. How about that? How about that? Right, okay. So this is the manual from Electrotania, which is here. If anyone wants the thing. Let's go back to my thingy bob. Where's my chat gone? There's my chat there. Let's pop that in. That's the manual if anyone else wants to get it. So let's go back to my screen if I can work out where it is. Make sure we still got audio. Yes, we have. So again, we're in German, but we can translate this with the phone now. You just point the phone at it and it translates it live. Clever stuff, isn't it? So it looks like these adjustment points or removal points. It's probably to take it out of the chassis, I expect, isn't it? 1, 2. There's a lot of screws if it is. Yeah, I suspect that's how you take it out of the chassis. So we've got these push buttons on the bottom. I think that's what removes the back case. What numbers are they? Number 1. Federn Zapfen Eindrucken. I'm gonna love my German language interpretations, look. So yeah, looks like the little push buttons down here release the back panel. So we'll have a look at that in a minute. There's various other bits and pieces here. It's just measuring. Put your meter across these places here. Don't know, it's a decent manual by the looks of it, this. So thanks, Anthony, for leading us so you can see the belt there. So that's I think we need to try and get the thing out first and have a look at the state of the belts and the state of the heads, etc. But it looks like a substantial bit of kit. I'm going to go ahead and print that out while we're having a look at it. Let's get back to vMix, back in there. Let me just jump back in and get that printed. I've managed to get another printer, so the other one's gone to the tip. Printer, oh, it doesn't find my printer yet, has it? I haven't set the printer up in this one. Let's see if I can find my printer. There he is. Add device. Office Pro 9130. Nice printer, about the same as my other one, a little bit more modern. Got a good deal on it, and I got some cash back from HP. How about that? Okay, looks like that one's in the house now. I should have my why won't it let me add that one then? Or has it already added it? Let's open it again. Yeah, there we go. Just double-sided printing as well, which is good. Now, is that going to cock it up double-sided? Yeah, double-sided is not going to be any good because we've got split circuit diagrams. So let's give that a print. Be good to see if it works. Not printed anything with this. Firmware update. The firmware update is complete apparently. Okay, it's great to know. Didn't ask for a firmware update. Better click OK on that. God, I'm stiff today. God, really stiff. Oh dear. So I would have thought it should be printing by now, but it doesn't appear to be. Send it again. Oh, something's that. It's going to print it twice now, I expect. Okay, let's see if we can get the thing apart. So it looks like we push these buttons in. Aha! Wow, this is pretty corroded. See the corrosion on this, corrosion. Battery terminals look fine. We've even got a little bit of cellophane to hold that one. It looks like C cells. I need to get some more batteries. I've got virtually nil batteries left now. So we have got a belt. Stop playing, Graham. So it looks like our battery labels up here jammed in. I expect that lives in there somewhere, or I don't know, but we got it. So, which screws actually get it out of the case then? I think we've got to take the handle off, which usually you push down and pull that off. Cool. You don't want to come off though. Hell. I think it's just really stiff. Yeah. Don't want to scratch the aluminium up. There we go. So these two got to come out. Chris left a message for you for after the stream. No worries, Chris. Thank you very much, mate. Okay, that's not released it. It's obviously released something. I assume you've got to take this knob off. That looks like a screw that needs undoing. So does that, and potentially that. So let's not bother reading the instructions and just go for it, shall we? Be careful, because as I say, we have got some corrosion in here. And that one. Okay, well that's, looks like it wants to. Perhaps sometimes with these things you've got to eject the cassette door because they lock. Let's just try that. And that was the case. I think. Ooh, it smells a bit funky in here. Whoa. It has an auto shut off, does it? It does look like Philips, doesn't it? It wasn't so glorious for us, to be fair, Joe, because the printer was doing all sorts of weird and wonderful things, and I can't really carry much these days. So Mrs. Cruncher, we left the thing outside. The whole story is we left the old printer outside, so I disconnected the old printer, we carried it downstairs and stuck it out the back, where it stayed for about 2 weeks out on the decking. Anyway, last weekend we decided we were going to take a load of stuff to the tip, so Mrs. Cruncher said, don't you go lifting that, I'll lift that. Anyway, she lifted it up in her arms and sort of leant back with it, ready to walk. And she got halfway down the path and she was covered in black ink. Literally all the way down her front, all down her legs. There was a trail of, well, there still is a trail of black ink all the way down the footpath to the car. And I think what had happened, the water had got in, and somehow the ink had let itself go, and the black ink was pouring out the thing. It was a hell of a mess, hell of a mess. So poor Mrs. Cruncher, luckily I got some wipes here that will get rid of ink. So she was out the back trying to wipe all this black ink all off her legs. It's everywhere. Ruined her clothes. Yeah, ruined. She had a quite a nice little dress on. It ruined that. Spill tank was full of water. Yeah, probably was, Anthony. Yeah. Yeah, she was in a bit of a state with it, but she was okay. She sort of laughed it off after. But yes, ruined one of her dresses, which is a shame. But then I don't think it was a particularly good one, because she would have been wearing it to go to the recycling centre. Okay, so just having a look at this mech then. We've got a rusty head. We've dealt with rusty heads before. I take it that's the motor in there. Unusual to see a square motor. Yeah, so we've got some rusty springs there. We might be able to take them off. I think these caps you can pull these off, I think. I don't know though. Certainly don't want to be forcing anything on this thing. Still, that's our mechanism for fast forward and rewinding that. That seems to be working. So let me get you in a bit closer on the heads. So something's blowing over the back. You can see there that record playback head is pretty crusty. That is crusty as. I'm trying to think what we cleaned the last one up with. Looking at belts then, what have we got belt wise? Let's just pop the speaker wires off a minute. I can move it around a bit easier. Oh, you don't think that is the motor then? I thought it might be the motor because of the fact it's got like a screwdriver hole in it there. Could be a round motor in a square box, Benji. I don't know. I've not looked at the other side yet. So parts of it are good, parts of it aren't so good, but potentially if I can clean that head up, we might be okay. Now, what did I polish the last one up with? Can anybody remember? I think I'd done it with my Dremel, didn't I? I did, because I've still got the wheel there. I have still got the wheel. Very mucky pinch ruler, but the rubber seems fine. Let's disconnect that speaker a minute. 5 ohms. I don't think we'll be putting one of my nice cassettes in this one. We might have to go and find Catherine Stott and chuck in. Oh, the Philips motor was round in a square box. I suspect it's the same then. Like someone just said they thought it was a Philips mech in this. Right, let's pop that speaker off a minute. We can have a better look at it then. So red at the top, black at the bottom. I'll put a little plus on that just to remind myself. Not that it really matters, does it? Get those bits down off the bench a minute. Okay. Belts then. Let's take this cardboard piece off a minute. Looks like 2 screws hold that on. That one. That one. So it's a round belt. No, it's not. It's a square belt. It's a square belt. But quite a chunky square belt. It's a bit grubby. I'm just going to run it through. Oh, careful. Did you jump off? I certainly haven't got anything that meaty. Yeah, it does look like the rust is mainly surface rust. Oh, I'm going to pull the belt off, look. I knew that was going to happen. So I pulled it off of the pulley over this side as well. Oh dear. And where is that? That's in behind this box here, which assumes the motor. So that means we've got to get this board off by the looks of it. Which looks like it's held by 1 screw. Okay, well that's interesting. More corrosion, but it looks like the belt is in here. Is there any screws that undo that? Does that pop out from there? And you can see the belt has had it really. So it looks like we've got to get the case off the motor. Well, actually no, there's a screw there. Let's try that one. Will that let that back piece come up? Ah, it Very nifty. And there's our little motor in his little square box. Yeah, that belt's pretty knackered. Okay. Yeah. So it looks like we need to take this plate here off to get the belt off, but I don't think I've got anything that sort of size. I don't know. You don't know, it's a big one, isn't it? If you got a decent car hi-fi, a proper one back in the day, something like a Clarion or some of the better Sharp cassette players, some of the Kenwood stuff from back then, they did make some really good car hi-fi stuff. So look at my belt stashes, see if we've got anything that big. Have we got some chunky belts here? No, not big enough. Not big enough. The rest are too small, I think. As in too small a diameter. That one looks like it would do it, but yeah, that one would probably do it. It's got to be better than what's in there. It needs a thicker belt, really. But I don't think I've got anything thicker. Let me check my other belt stash, but that is a potential winner there. Got all horrible stuff all over my hands again now. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean the head off with some isopropyl and a pinch wheel. I'm then going to try and polish the head with my little cordless Dremel till the battery runs out. Then I'll use my mains powered Black & Decker because I haven't plugged the cordless one in for ages. And we'll see if that works. So let's get my other belts out. Let's put the lid on these a minute first so as they don't fall everywhere. Right, where's my drawer with belts in? Where's my belt drawer? Not that one, not that one, no. Yes, here we go. See, that's quite a substantial belt there. It was too big. That would have been good. That's a proper chunky belt there. But it looks like it's too big. It might be worth just getting the belt out of this one a minute and having a look. Oh, let's put that down there. Let's get the belt out of this one a minute. Wind's picking up. Whew. I've got black markings on these. It's just normal screws as far as I can see. Cool. one's got paint in it, that's the problem. Try that again. Probably a load of stuff's going to spring out now, isn't it? No, okay. It's actually quite a big belt. Let's have a look at that Koenig belt again. Where was that to? It might be too big, this one. It's for a video. It's for a National Panasonic 7000 or 7200 video. So if anyone's got a National Panasonic video they need to service, I've got a belt kit for it, look. So, you know. And if anyone's got a PlayStation 3 controller going spare, or two, let me know. I think this is too big, really, but... Well, it would fit, but I think it's too chunky. Yeah, that's too... That is a bit too chunky. It does fit, it's the right size, but so you can see the difference in size. It's nearly double the thickness of the other one, which is still a thick belt. Oh well. You've got two PS3 controllers. Oh, if you don't want them, Chris, that'll be absolutely brilliant. The guys in work would absolutely love that, guys and girls. I've got a steering wheel, but I haven't got a controller. So Koenig belt, no good. What else have we got in here? Anything else interesting? It's another one of those Koenig belts. I've got there. No, more of those Koenig belts. There's lots of National Panasonic VCR player belts in here. If anyone's wondering what I'm looking through, it's my my belt drawer. You can have thousands and thousands of belts, but the likelihood of you having the one that fits is next to zero. So I have got one that will fit from a kit there. So let's just see what the fitment's like on that one. Let's have a look at this thing here. That is a capstan, but it seems to have a lot of other stuff riding on it. If I pull that out, am I asking for trouble? Not really. Okay, so I must remember that's the little washer for the end. But yeah, the end of the spindle's a bit knackered. So I'm just going to give that a bit of a clean up. It looks like it's a dull finish anyway, if you know what I mean. Jerry, how are you doing, mate? Jerry, I've started your radio as well, mate. Might as well get you in for an update. I was going to send you some pictures. What a mess that is. I'm pretty sure that's you, Jerry, isn't it? It's got the 7600. Let me just show Jerry. Beanie's just popped in to say hello. Let's show him where I've got to on the radio board. So, there is your board, Jerry, all complete. I've just about managed to finish that up the other day. Actually finished that on Friday. Took me the whole day, that did. There was a hell of a lot of corrosion on it. I've got some really nasty pictures to show you of the corrosion on that. So I've recapped it completely. I've had to put some SMD electrolytics back in. But mainly tantalums in it. New super cap, new electrolytics in here. So there you go. I've just got to reassemble it all and see if it works, Jerry. But there, just thought I'd show you that. Being that you popped in. I think that's yours, or am I getting you wrong? No, that is right. That is yours, the 7600. It's David Garcia who's I'm on next, which is the SW55. Right, we need some very, very fine emery paper or a Scotch pad. I think I'm going to go with, I've got some 2500 grit paper here. Yeah, a little tiny bit there. Let's put a little drop of water on that, or isopropyl, which has got water in it. I'm just going to spin the, my stream seems to be playing up a little bit, so apologies if you're getting a bit of lagging at the moment. So I'm just going to put that through there. Yeah, so it's on its way, Jerry. Nearly there, mate. I've just probably got another couple hours of reassembly to do and then test it. Ernest, if you can remember Ernest Dunn's Pro 80 that we looked at when I did my impromptu live stream, well, that one is back together but not working properly. Well, it's not working properly. It's working, but there's issues on FM. Strange issues, possibly caused by leaking capacitors, but we shall see. So I've got distortion on FM. That's quite bad, that. Yeah, I'm going to have to be a bit more aggressive with that. Where's my little wire brush? Let's try the brass one first. Yeah, so on the spindle on this one, if you can see that or not, I've got some corrosion just in one place on the end. I'm just going to give that a go with the brass brush. See if I can loosen it a bit, so I can go back in with the wet and dry. So brass won't usually scratch the steel because it's softer, but it will sometimes get rid of the rust. I seem to have lost my chat for a minute, so apologies for that. I think it's my internet connection is not great. Let's just stop the chat and start it again. That might bring me back into life. I've got too many windows open. That probably doesn't help. Close some of these windows down. Keep the service manual still open. Just pop the live chat back on again. YouTube is playing up by the looks of it. So I'm just using a little bit of 2500 grit paper on this. Got it soaked in a bit of isopropyl now. I think that yes, okay, we're good. That's good. The surface there feels okay. Let's give it a bit of a clean with some isopropyl. Ah, right, okay, we got it. Yeah, I hope it works as well, Jerry. It's one of those things, you just never know really. You just don't know what's been damaged. I've spent a lot of time going through all the vias. There was a lot of corrosion went through the board. Oh, okay, we've got quite a lot of muck on that, look. If you can see that, but I've just cleaned that with a bit of isopropyl and all this greeny stuff is coming off. So that's must be some sort of residue. Yeah, it's coming off, look. You can see that. You still have an Archimedes at home. Touch of the Colin Cromptons on the audio. Yeah, there's having some sort of problems with the stream at the moment, but it's still live. We are still live. It looks like we're back to normal service. At least, to be fair, the computer's not... I shouldn't say it, but I seem to have cured the problem with the computer. I've got issues still, but nothing that's going to be too much of a headache to sort, I don't think. I've just got to try and work out how to get this camera back in properly, and I've got to reset the... God, that's a big difference, look. If you can see that, where I cleaned it to where it's still dirty to cleaned. And it might be they put some sort of coating on that and I've just rubbed it off, but you know, it's it's highly possible. Last bit's being stubborn. Okay. Okay, why won't that go back in then? me see, there's some sort of rubber thing here it's got to go through. Oh, sounds like Mrs. Cruncher's home. Yeah, there's a rubber thing it's got to go through. Oh, typical, isn't it? Okay. Tweezers. It's one washer, and there's another thing underneath this. Now this has got a spring on it. Got to release one of these circlip things here. Two of the circlip things. This is where it all goes twang and we're in big trouble. Seems to be under tension for some reason, which is worrying. I can see the bit that I need there. Okay. Maybe I can reassemble this without pulling that off. What do you think? No, it's going to be damn sight easier to take it off. So let's take it off, and that goes with it as well. Okay, just need to make sure I remember it's that way up. I might just leave that on that peg. Right, so it looks like that goes in there. So we just check, see what the dogs are up to. Oh no, and Mrs. Cruncher's not home. The neighbour's a couple doors up got a little dog that's running up and down the driveway. So I don't know if that actually goes through that hole or whether it just sits there. And if you can see this thing that I'm playing about with just over the top here, it's this rubber sort of collar. So it looks like that pin is fixed there, but there's a split washer. Well, not split washer, but a little tiny washer on top. This is where everything goes wrong. So this little white wheel here, it's got a little plastic washer. Now these can break. And they can also ping across the room. But I have it. Okay. So that is the hole that the spindle goes through. Let's put it through. There it is. Can I rest that on something just to stop it going back down? No. So I'm pretty sure that goes like that. It's got to go in. It's that rubber piece there has got to go in that hole in order to center it, because without that in that hole, that's not centered. So I've got to try and get that back in that hole. Great. Who decided to pull this out? Let's catch up with a chat a minute. Right on cue. Right, let's catch up. Let's catch up. Did I see someone else drop in? Jerry. Working on an old motorbike. Nice. Yeah, it doesn't sound good. I sent Ernest a video out on the Pro 80 working, and it's sort of off frequency. It's also distorted, so it could be that one of the adjusters has got electrolyte in it from a leaking cap. It could be that we got a problem with a board, and somewhere there's a track gone. One of the vias, maybe. Well, it's sort of in there, but it was. I wonder if in that manual there's any exploded drawings. I mean, that comes up and interacts with the base of this, doesn't it? Yeah, let's have a look on the manual, because that obviously dropped out when I pulled the capstan out, didn't it? Oh, got to get up again. Whoa. Right, let's have a look. Let's have a look at said manual. So it looks like I've managed to get it apart, how they say. No, there is no exploded diagram. Oh, well, what do we do? Because I think if that's not right, then we're going to have all sorts of problems. But saying that, I pulled it downwards, didn't I? So if that was through the hole, it wouldn't have come off. It would not have come off. Good point, Graham. So that would not have come off if that was in the hole. So you've got a washer on there. I got a feeling it was that way up. Like that. With that one on top. That sort of makes sense. We can but try it. If it's all over the shop, then we know it's wrong. if it's sounding rough as a badger's backside, then we know what potentially the issue is. Don't try pushing that with your nail, Graham. One. Hang on, hang on. Why are you jumping the gun? This has got to go on. Of course, it won't go on with that on, will it? I still don't want to come off this thing. Let's put a little tiny bit of oil on that, a little bit of super lube. Just a speck. That actually makes sense, because that's, yeah, that makes sense, I think, because that roller acts on that wheel there. Yeah. Sort of makes sense. Who is that? Okay, that's looking good, that's looking good. Right, okay. I'll tell you what, this is made really well, this is all metal in here. I mean, we've got some plastic rollers, but to be fair, yeah, the clutches are okay. Well, that was a little bit slacker than that one. Don't know. We shall see. I wonder if leaving this off will make that easier to clean that pinch roller, because that is. Can you see the colour of that pinch roller? That is rank, ganky. Let's get a handful of cotton buds. I'm gonna need them. Oh God, this has had some tapes through this one, I can tell you. Wow. Well, look at the colour of that. It's just a quick couple sections. Dear, oh dear. Not had much luck with cassettes recently, have I? That other one still, I haven't sorted that other one yet. I haven't got round to ordering the gears for it. I must find out from James if he wants me to pursue that. Let's say, I don't know if he was giving it for nothing, but he doesn't really want to be spending like hundreds of pounds on the thing, I don't think. But it is his birthday next weekend, so I'm on a bit of a deadline to try and get that sorted if I can. In fact, I don't think I'm going to be able to, am I? Because I think the parts will have to come from abroad. So yeah, thanks to those of you that sent me messages with part numbers and stuff and sources for the wheels on that. God, I thought I'd cleaned that, but it's still coming out black. I think we're there. We've gone from brown to black. Still a little bit coming off. That's a lot better. That's good enough for our test. If we're going to get to test it, let's hope we are. So head, what's this like? Is this going to behave, or have we got problems? Yeah, that head doesn't look good. Let me just have a look under the microscope. Of course, I can't show you that because I disconnected the microscope from the stream. Yeah, oh, it's got a fair bit of wear on the head on that. Yeah, there's a lot of wear on that head. It's had a hard old life, this one. It's not the worst head I've ever seen. So I'm going to have to get the old Dremel out and give it a polish, because it definitely needs it. Let's just pop this one back on. Don't think that's going to get in the way, is it? No. Come on. One. Split things are a pain in the neck. Sort of circlips, aren't they? But they love to ping across the room. Oh, come on. Don't you ping now. Got him. Whew. Right. Right, I don't know if you can see that that head. Let's turn that other light off, you might see it a bit better. But it's very much caked in muck. So I've got my felt brush. What I'm going to try and do is just get the Dremel on it with a bit of polishing compound and see if I can't improve it. Now, what have we got here, polishing wise? See, the problem is I've tidied my room up and it's always going to be an issue when you tidy up. So somewhere here I've got some polishing compound. There it is, some Parkside stuff, no less, but it does seem to work. So let's see if we can't get a bit of this on the polishing wheel. just in like that. Right, so I've got a bit of polishing compound on it. You can see it's browny coloured now. Same colour as the cassette. I wish I could get that black thing out of the way, but doesn't look like I'm going to be able to. Let's turn it down a little bit. Right, let me have another look. That's, I think I've cracked it. Or have I totally worn it away to a crisp? Come on, focus, man. Yeah. We have a clean head. Wow, that's a massive improvement. It's got to just refine it a little bit in the corner. You can see all the gunk that's come off of it. Okay. That is an absolutely massive improvement. I thought that head was no good. It's got a fair bit of wear on it, but it's come up amazing. I can't believe that. I don't know if you can see the head on it now, but it's not perfect, but it's perfectly usable. Can I get you in any closer? Yeah, so it's gone from rusty to not rusty. Shiny even. That's big transformation. Right. Let's do the erase head. I don't know if these metal bits interact with the tape at all. There's a little bit of corrosion on those. I have got a lot of it off. Does look like stainless steel. I wouldn't have thought there'd have been anything in direct contact with the tape. This wheel in the middle has got some cracking on it. This one. Have to be careful with that. Let's give that a little bit of a clean. It's really stiff as well. I don't know if that's... There's another sort of smaller wheel in the back that's part of the mechanism that's also cracked. Okay, let's say the rust is literally coming off with isopropyl, so it's very much surface rust. Let's get another half a dozen cotton buds. You can see it's just coming off. I don't know if you can see that or not. Got little brakes on here. I don't know if that's a broken tyre on that one. Yeah, I think that's got a broken tyre. Yeah, it's a broken tyre on this one, look. That might be game over. Could super glue it back together maybe. Yeah, that's like little brakes, so that would stop the tape overrunning, so we need that, otherwise it's going to eat tapes. Typical, isn't it? A little tiny idler tyre. It's not tiny, it's... I wonder if I could stick an O-ring on that. An O-ring would be alright, wouldn't it? Let me just go to my O-ring stash. I'll catch up with a chat in a second as well. I've got masses of O-rings, and in fact I've got these two kits here that I picked up in Aldi a while back, which have got an absolute massive amount of O-rings in them. Look, it's absolutely hundreds of things. Surely one of these will fit. Probably not, no. Cool. How that's stiff to get off. Okay, so you've got to cut the paper as well. I don't see why an O-ring wouldn't work really. I know it's round, not flat, but at the end of the day I think it's just acting as a brake. Right, let's catch up with the chat. Seven 1970 Kawasaki 350, very nice. I've missed loads. Hey Ricardo, how are you, mate? Derek Taffman, hi Derek. I've missed loads of chat. Right, where are we? So I'm on the dogs. Derek's saying windy. Yes, windy here as well. It's a bit of lube. It's rough as a badger's ass, Aaron. Danish, how you doing, Paul? Take an angle grinder to it. I think a motor looks alright, Davina. Cover the rest too late. Brand new mono head, £7. Didn't miss a lot. Catch you soon, Sandra even. Rolf, what's Rolf spent 4 weeks doing? Get off. Get off. 4 weeks transferring every DVD you have to MP4. Right, I'm up for the chat. Favorite DVD? Whoa. Really, you're asking for your favorite film, aren't you? Unless you're on about specific DVDs, because I know some like I've had some metal boxed special editions. I think I've got Lord of the Rings box set in a special limited edition. Not that I specifically wanted Lord of the Rings, but I did like the films. Whoa, there's so many in here. Surely one of these will fit. I bet it won't. What name those tires? What do you mean, Rob? What name those tires? Name that tune. What name those tires? So we've got a load there and a load there. That's one. To me, these look pretty similar. That one potentially could do it. So look. Do not fall off the bench. Well, it does fit, but I think it's too thick. I think it's too thick. It's binding all the time. Yeah, it's too thick, that is. Too thick, Graham. It won't come off now. I can't get the thing off now. Let me. I'm balancing boxes of O-rings everywhere. I'm bound to have a thinner one. Got loads of O-rings here. This is just the first box I picked up. Right, come off. So they're all too thick. So look at this second box. So this is assorted washers in this one. What I want is assorted idler tires, really. A nice box of assorted idler tires might be better. See, it's almost got sort of similar things, but that's clearly too big. That one, it's got the right outer diameter. It's got the right outer diameter, but it's too thick. Plastic washer. It's a useful kit, look. I mean, yeah, I'm not advertising for little and older here, but as big as that one. Too big. That one's too small, so I need something in between those two. If I got a thinner one, it will work, I reckon. So let's go to my other O-ring stashes, because that's not the only one. No, O-rings. What is that? That's O-rings. No, that's glands. What's just there? O-rings, right. Glands, grommets even. Glands? What the hell is glands? Right, Duratol. They, I'll tell you what, they've got this very similar sort of washer type rubbers, but again, just not quite big enough. Look at that. That's nearly. I've got a bit of stretch, but I think it might. Yeah, it's not thick enough, really. No. Right. Pearl consumables, metric O-rings. Let's try these. I think we're too thick again. I don't know. That is better. Yeah, that'll do it. I reckon. I reckon we're in. Yes. That is a perfect fit. Get on. Now, what size was that then? That was. It doesn't say. Typical, there's no sizes on that, but yeah, that is a perfect fit. Well, that might have saved the day. That might have saved the day. Let's get rid of any debris in here from my mental sprinter. That is Mrs. Cruncher home, so we are now a little bit limited for time. But we'll see how we get on. I want to try and see if this works. So I'm fairly happy with the mechanism now. That's all okay. It still needs a lot of work, but let's try this belt. Oh, this is going to be a pain, isn't it? Let me get it around this way. Let me just get it a bit more central to me. I'm making this look a lot harder than it actually is. He's a bit twisted, a bit like me, you know. He's a bit twisted. Where does he need to be? That's better. Okay, right. Let's get the motor thing back on, because this looks like it does something to it. It's got some sort of dampers in there. And then we got this bit that sat pretty much a little dab of oil in there. Okay, where's the top of that gone to? Sounds like it's raining again. The last one had the bit there on it. Where's the screw gone? Doesn't look like the right one. Have I put the wrong one in there? No, that's right. Gotta be that one then. Strange, it's got an earth tag but no earth, unless it earths against the back of the case somehow, I don't know. Have we got a screw loose somewhere here? Yes, we have. Okay, so that was the wrong screw. Right size, but wrong screw. And that one. Make sure that belt doesn't fail anything. No, seems okay. We are looking good so far. Look at that. Make sure these are done up because they did have a bit of stuff on them, so. Okay. I think we could be hey? Oh, okay. I was going to say, the belt and braces job on this is this little plastic. So the mech all seems to move all right. Clearly there's places that it could do with a bit of a grease up, but none of that's going to affect. So it looks like that wheel only does fast forward and reverse. Okay, right, let's connect the speaker back up, roughly. So the couple jump leads, and we'll see if it works. There's a negative. That's there. Okay, that's our speaker. We need a sacrificial cassette. What have we got here? Gonna have to go and get a sacrificial cassette a minute, bear with me. Right. Sacrificial cassette, where are you? Let's got those. Nope. No. Who's this? Francis Alberta Sinatra. Yeah, that'll do. Ooh, is that Frank Sinatra's cousin? 10 times removed or something? Right. Let's see if we've worked our magic and it's going to work. Power. Let's find the ends of my power cables, which are in a mass of junk. So what voltage is it? That's a good question. What voltage is it? So it uses where's our little label? It uses 5 batteries, so it's 6.5 volts. Huh, unusual. So I'll set a current limit down to start with, but it's going to need a fair bit of current to drive the cassette mechanism, so let's plug in. Let's see if we can find out where the power attaches to. I might stick me back on camera now to ever that. Yeah, there we go, he's back in the house. They're O-rings, Rob. Unless you mean the other tyres, which are what do we call it? Idler tyres. Right, how can we connect to this then? So clearly that's the negative. That's fine. That's easy enough. And looks like that is the positive there. Well, the mech is moving. Switches the volume. Let's turn that one down a bit. Let's pop in Francis Alberta Sinatra. Whoa, yes, that was not a good start. Shh. So it tried to eat Francis Albert Sinatra. Now, is that because this wheel here is not running? So that's running. Why are these not running then? Yeah, take up spool is not. Oh, this is nasty. I think we have an issue here. I think we have the same issue that we had with the other one. I think the rubber has gone. It doesn't appear to be touching the thing. I wonder if that is it. Let's just take that one out as well. Should be touching this wheel here. I think this wheel should be driving that, but it's not. Not surprised looking at this, but let's stick another O-ring in. Yeah, this is perished. Can't get it off though. Come on. You. I think that's seen better days, that. Stop it. Yeah, that. Ow. God, just jab myself with the tweezers. That's had it. Power off for a minute. We'll get this on. God, not the easiest of things to get on. Okay. That's twisted. Not sat in anywhere as nicely as the other one. I've just taken that wheel off, which is a lot easier. Okay, good. Go on, go in there. Tell you what, this one doesn't want to sit in as well as the other one did. Right, find the hole. I think it's that capstan tyre. Yeah, I think it's that capstan tyre. Yeah, because it looks like, oh, hang on, we've got a spring has come detached there. Tiny little spring. Would be, wouldn't it? The tiniest spring on the planet. I don't know whether that was the issue or not. Well, how strange. So that Now you can see it's trying that, but that rubber is now too big for that roller, I think. Stop it. It's causing it to ride up. Yeah, that rubber's too big. And the other rubber's too small. Let's try a smaller one. That's too slack. No. I think we're out of options. I can't get that to drive it. I just need a slightly slimmer O-ring, and I'm pretty sure I've exhausted my supplies now. So I'm going to have a look at these. Can I stretch one of those around? If I can stretch a lot smaller one around, it might do it. May never get it out again though. Oh, I nearly had it then. Just trying to stretch a much slimmer O-ring into the hole. See, I don't think that's even going to get close to it. Oh, it might. Oh, yeah, it's turning. Just. Let's try again. It's going to need a bit of help. I'll put the top back on there. Hang on, I've got some capstan to put back on there as well. Alright, what do I do with the top there? Okay, last chance. Not sure that mechanism works, but so we're going to have to give this a little helping hand to start. Here goes. No output. Would you believe it? It's working. The tape's turning. Is the head kaput? Or have we got a problem in the amplifier stage? Let's leave it playing and get the signal tracer out, see if we can find anything anywhere. Hang on, is this, hang on, no. There's nothing coming off. It's working, but we got issues.
I was foolish and proud and let you say goodbye.
That's fixed. It's barely going. Did you enjoy that? Oh dear. No, it's not going again now. That is in need of some tyres. Very much in need of some tyres, and we've got a really sort of loose spring. We've got an idler tyre on the capstan that's barely working, that needs a bit of rubber sleeve over it or something. Yeah, that needs a bit of lubrication there, I think. That is sort of working now, but oh, it's painful, isn't it? Yeah, lots of issues, but it's working. That's all I'm going to say. It is working. Not particularly well. I need to do some sort of investigation and try and get some what's going on with this either. Loving it. I gotta stop it. Can't go. Right, let's switch that off. There you go. It sort of works. It sort of works. We got it going. Not really. There might be a kit available for the deck, Tim. There might be. Potentially, Davina, yes, the caps probably are, but although I have got output on it, so they are working, but it does sound like the motor's not running fast enough, so we need to look at the motor. The motor probably needs lubricating. I've got the wrong belt on it. I've got no idler tires. They're all broken. Issues, isn't it? But there you go. It's all good fun. Rob, you thought the mic was making that sound? No, Rob. It's the lovely, lovely cassette deck. You've got perfect counter with an open primary winding. Could you get it rewound, Paul? Might be cheaper than buying a second unit. So apologies if I've missed the chat, but it seems to be going the old 7.5 volts, 3.6. Oh, 7. Oh, maybe the voltage ain't right then. Hang on. Of course it is. Let's try the volts up a bit higher. 7.5 volts. That might be the reason. Of course it is. Well done, Rich. Rich again. We're now at 7.5 volts. And the tape's finished. Typical, isn't it? Right, let's turn over Francis Alberta Sinatra and let's see what joys of random racket are on. Side 2, that seemed to better. I've got to help this bit here in. This could be good now. 7.5 volts, 130 milliamps. Better.
Tall and tan, yep. The neighbor's walking, and she passes each.
I think that's much better, Rich.
When she walks, she's like a
If I get a copyright hit on this, there's something wrong with YouTube.
so gentle that when she passes, each one she passes goes.
Oh, hang on. It's just suddenly started drawing a lot of current, so. And it's just started eating my tape. That was just getting good as well. I was getting into that. Well, the girl from Ipanema seemed to want to play. But then it got a bit hungry because none of the tires are working properly. It decided it wanted to eat it. One last go, then I've got to call it a day because Mrs. Cruncher is home and we've got shopping coming in a minute. Why is that not sitting down now then? It's almost like it... No, it's definitely not right. It's trying its best to eat the tape. It was better on lower voltage. That did play better though when it for the short period it went. Oh dear. See, the sound has let me down again. Right, okay. Swapping cameras, that's the problem, isn't it? Yeah. I give it the full 7.5. I did. I should have given it 15. If I give it 15 volts, I reckon it would have played right then. Oh dear. Well, that's a bit of fun, isn't it? I hope you enjoyed that today. It's been interesting working on that, learning how it comes apart and getting inside it. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. There was definitely a dodgy wire down there, so when I touched that terminal there, it sparked into life. So there's all sorts of issues with this. It's going to need new caps, I'm sure. It could be that the motor's just not powerful enough because the caps have died. It'd be interesting to carry on with it, really. Glue the broken tyre. 7.5 inches per second, yeah. Yeah, I think what I can do is I can measure that tyre and probably get another one. There's a lot of people selling these idler tyres on. I mean, it's quite small, but standard. I'm sure I could get a couple of those if I measure it correctly. Got the tracer turned off, Joe. So that's it for today, people. Hope you've enjoyed that. And to be fair, the stream has gone okay. I've got to sort the audio thing out, switching between cameras. What else went wrong? Oh, and the Stream Deck. Stream Deck's not working, and I've got to sort the audio switching, which I can do. That's easy enough, but I can't do it midstream, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would have done. I'd have had to stop the stream and start again to sort that out. But that should be doable, and we haven't dropped out. The computer's not crashed, so I think we are back in business with streaming, which is good news, because I was gonna knock it on the head until I could afford a new computer, which wouldn't be for quite some time. But I think, because I'm back on the normal PC laptop, the gaming laptop, and it appears to be doing okay. I need to sort out the frame rate, and I think we are good to go, so that's better. Yeah, it's a bit damp, but you know, it's good fun. I'm sure we can get it going better than that. At least, you know, we might get a bit of wear flat, but if I can get the right belt for it, that should sort a lot of it out. Right belt and the idler tires, we'll be good to go. So cheers everybody, have a good week, and good bank holiday for those of you in the UK, and I'll see you next Sunday, all being well, all being good even. Let me just see if I can find my outro, and catch you soon. I've got to do everything manually now, so bye for now.